And so zooming into the 360-degree approach, when we looked at it, having know that we or publics have a knowledge base, we looked at several elements which we have executed, and I'll go into more details about that. And their advertising and branding, media strategy and planning, partnerships, digital marketing, search marketing, and stakeholder relations. So I'm going to start with customer service. One of the first things we did, our minister at the time, Minister Honorable Darrell Vaz, he had indicated that in the year that the ban actually was announced, that it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when. And so when the announcement was made, the first thing that we did was to set up a hotline and also an email so that persons who had queries, persons and businesses who have had queries, could reach out to us directly and get the information. And a lot of that also helped to shape the way that the legislation was written, because we do the research, and our technical team does the research in terms of what is happening in the market. But sometimes it is good to hear from our stakeholders, and a lot of that was taken into consideration in shaping how the legislation has paved the way. And so those channels are still active. We have received over 800 calls on our hotline, which is 876-285-8531, and our email address. We have received several emails there as well, and both are still active to this day. You can still reach out to us to get any requisite information that you need, because we know that persons require clarity from time to time. And looking at the mailbox, one of the most frequent queries that we get is for the legislation, which is on our website at www.nepa.gov.gm. But it's always good to have a one-on-one conversation with persons. And we've also utilized this as a reporting mechanism so that if persons observe breaches, they can call into us or tap into us directly where that is concerned. So our next approach is in terms of branding. Right. Next, Andrea, branding. So in terms of branding, you would have seen at the start our slides have varying logos. But what I think that was important is that we had a brand, something that could stand on its own to say, this is where Jamaica wants to be. So in terms of our brand, we're utilizing two logos: Plastic Free Jamaica, which is our campaign that we had run in the first 2 years of the ban, and then Plastic Ban, which encourages, which is the government of Jamaica's general initiative being adopted by several stakeholders across ministries, agencies, and departments for us to promote refusing plastics firstly, because before the ban, persons were trying to get as many plastics and to keep them, but we felt that it was important for persons to refuse, to reduce our consumption as well as to reuse. So branding is very, very important. And as a part of the Plastic Free Jamaica campaign, which was a social campaign, there are 3 pages which we have created for those: Plastic Free Jamaica, which is available on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And a key component of that is testimonials, and we've also utilized influencers. IT and Fancy Cat have done some work for us where that is concerned, and they are popular local comedians, and they did a skit in terms of that, focusing on the refusal aspect of it. And we've had testimonials from Rainforest Seafoods and Ocherius, Orakabessa Bay Fish Sanctuary. So next was advertising. So we came up with several advertising concepts, but one I'd want to look back at is No Scandal Me. So in Jamaica, we know, a lot of us know the single-use plastic bags as different names, but one of the popular names is a scandal bag. So in terms of doing that, we wanted persons to do a twist to that. So No Scandal Me. And that was one of the things. And by doing that, and we also provided them with the information and encouraged them to bring their own bags to utilize the various reusables, because that was one of the concerns in terms of the messaging that we had to get across in terms of the alternatives.